Welcome to Instrument Fundamentals for the Flute. This is Mr. Skanes. So, when you get your flute, the writing is always on top of the case, and we put it there consistently, so every student that has a Cleveland School District instrument knows which is the top and which side is the bottom. When you open up the case, make sure the writing's on the top. Otherwise, you will have parts of your instrument hitting the floor. So we'll go ahead and open the case. There is a cleaning towel in there. We'll use that later when we're finished to dry out the flute. There's also a cleaning rod down in there. And there are three parts to the flute. You have the head joint. You have the main body. Notice how I'm picking it up by the ends. I'm not grabbing it by the keys. And you have your foot also. Grabbing it by the ends. When you're pulling the flute out of the case, we don't want to grab by the keys. Over time, a habit like that will cause things to come out of adjustment. So, unlike the other videos where we go through how to assemble the instrument, how to hold it, we're actually going to reverse videos 1 and 2 for the flute. Because we really don't need to spend time putting the flute together and learning how to hold it until we can get a sound on just the head joint. Because once we put the entire flute together and our hands are out here, it gets much more difficult to get the alignment correct. So we're going to start off with just producing a sound on the head joint. So you're going to take your head joint out, put your cloth back in there, close it up. We'll put it aside for now. So to produce a sound on the head joint, we need to have the perfect alignment. And getting in front of a mirror when you're practicing this part of playing the flute can be very helpful to finding that alignment. Now, this particular procedure that I use works with about 90% of the students that we have at Garrett Morgan playing the flute. And so there's about 3 parts to the procedure. So the first thing you want to do is place this embouchure hole dead center on your lips. So you're going to have to feel where that, you're going to have to push in a little bit so you can feel where that hole is. We want it dead center. Once we have it dead center, we're going to roll that out 90 degrees. So the hole is pointing straight up. Then we're going to focus our lips like we're saying the syllable to, or the word to. And we're going to act like we're blowing air through a straw. And we should get a sound out of the head joint. Don't worry about trying to look down to see where the hole is. There's no way you're going to see it when it's in place. And don't worry about blowing the air down the hole, because that's not what it's about. Matter of fact, most of the time, the air comes out here and not in the flute. We're actually trying to blow right across this edge here to produce the sound. So, we take it, place it dead center, feel for it. Roll it 90 degrees so the hole's pointing straight up. Focus the lips like we're saying to, and you'll get a sound once you start pushing air. And do it again. Hole, dead center. Roll 90 degrees. Blow air through a straw. You're going to get a sound. Now, we really want to get it to the point where we can do it 10 out of 10 times without any misfires. Then we'll be ready to put the flute together, find the placement for our fingers, and start trying to produce a sound with the entire flute. But really, you got to start off with just the head joint. And once you get that to the point where you got it 10 out of 10 times, it'll be much easier once we put the entire instrument together. So that's it for the first video for flute. Tune in to the second video when you're ready to assemble the instrument and work with the entire instrument.